Good day everyone, I might be Lusong from BPED3A. So in this video I will demonstrate how to play sungka. But first, what is sungka? Sungka, pronounced as sungka, is a two-player turn-based board game wherein the players are compete to obtain more stones than the other. So the game unleashes the competitiveness of a person. Somehow the sungka game seems to be a mind game. So sungka is an ancient Filipino game. Its history can be traced back to the 17th century. So the game was first described by the Jesuit priest Father Jose Sanchez in his dictionary of the Bisaya language, Cebuano, in 1692 as Kungi. Father Jose Sanchez, who had arrived in the Philippines in 1643, wrote that the game was played with seashells on a wooden boat-like board. So the Aklanon people still call the game Kunggit. Sungka is the Philippine version of the Mancala game. Mancala is a family of board games played around the world. So the term is derived from the Arabic word nakala, which means move. So the rules can be changed depending on what conditions you may set. The general rule here is to capture or gather stones to your head. The player with the most stones wins the game. So before we start to play sungka, let's gumawa muna tayo ng improvised sungka game or improvised sungka material. So let's start. Ito na nga yung final output natin ng ating sungka. Ngayon nga ay umpisa natin laruin ang sungka. So each player has 49 game pieces, shells, marbles, pebbles, or seeds equally distributed to each of their holes. 7 pieces in every hole except the heads, which remained empty. For the first turn, a player may decide which of the 7 houses directly in front of him on his side of the board he wishes to begin with. He picks up all the shells from his chosen hole, and he should then move his hand around the board in a clockwise direction. Dropping one shell in each hole or head he passes over, including all of the holes on both sides of the board and the player's head, but not the opponent's head. When you release the last shell from your hand is very important, as it dictates whether you may continue your turn. If you land in your head, then you may continue your turn from any of your holes. If you drop your last shell into a hole that already had shells in it, you may pick up every shell in that hole, including that one you drop, and continue your turn. The player's current turn ends when the last piece falls into an empty hole, whether on the player's side or the opponent's side. If this happens in one of your holes on your side of the board, then you may claim all the shells in the hole directly opposite from your opponent's side of the board and drop them in your head, although the turn is still over. Both players play simultaneously, and it can be quite hectic. Once a player has ended their first turn, he must also wait for the opponent to complete his turn, and from that point on, players take it in turns to play their turn. The game ends when no pieces are left in any hole on both sides of the board. The players now count the numbers of pieces in their own head and see who has won.